Good morning. Happy Friday. It's Aileen here, and I am excited to be here with you this morning. I was just looking at myself and I realized the branding may have gone a step too far this morning. I'm blending with my background. I purposely set the color in this wall to one of my best colors, but I'm also wearing the same color this morning. So yeah, sorry if I'm kind of blending with the background. But also I wanted to tell you a little story about the color I'm wearing this morning. And it might actually give you an idea to an idea for a service or something that you can offer to your clients. I actually bought this dress for my interview with Fox. It's only a couple of weeks now. But I bought this dress and I forgot a very, very key rule. And that was the rule that don't buy green because you're going to blend with your background because there's going to be a green screen behind me. So I had it home. I was thrilled with the dress and I was delighted to be wearing it. And then I realized, oh my God, I'm going to blend with my background and it's going to be completely wrong. So now it's in my wardrobe and I had to get another outfit for the interview. But I bought it because it's kind of on brand for me. You know, the turquoisey blue is kind of what I'm known for. And I bought it because I'd be exactly on brand, but it just doesn't work for a TV interview. So hence why I'm wearing it even before the interview. And actually, it's a dress I love anyway, so I'm going to wear a lot. But this is, a key area that clients need help with is dressing for occasions, dressing for TV, dressing for events. I spent a lot of time and effort to try and find an outfit that would work for me. In the end, it was my sister who helped me, but I would totally have loved if somebody had jumped in and said, why not try this? And these earrings are from Claire, who's in here in the group. These are Park Lane, which also go beautifully with the dress, but obviously they will not be making an appearance on live TV anytime soon. If you're joining me here live this morning, say hello. I can just see a few eyes starting to join me now. Say hello, say hi if you're joining me here this morning. Who have I got? I'm just checking my group to make sure I am right in the right place. Let me just check. Yes, I can see myself live and I can see a few eyes joining me. If you're joining me here this morning, please do say hello. Let me know who's here. I do stream through StreamYard, but I also go into my group to make sure that I'm live in there. You can ask me anything this morning, absolutely anything. I have a little topic prepared, but not a lot, just in case I don't get any questions. But this is your opportunity pretty much to ask me anything right now. I also want to take a moment this morning to just acknowledge that Queen Elizabeth II has died. And I actually feel really sad. You know, she's not my queen, but honestly, I've admired her for forever. I first became aware of Queen Elizabeth back when my grandmother was alive, and she was a total royal watcher. She used to get all the magazines from the UK. And it just, her life looked so glamorous and so amazing when I was a child. But as I grew into an adult, I realized, oh my God, she was just such an amazing queen, an amazing woman, so steadfast, so resilient, so calm, like everything you want really in a leader. And I felt really sad when I heard of her passing. I really did, because, you know, she's just an amazing role model and she always looked so stylish and she always put her best foot forward. So I, for one, am very sad at her passing. I just wanted to acknowledge that this morning because I know there will be many of you in here really sad about that and grieving right now. And I totally understand that. Okay, So, what am I going to talk about this morning? So, this morning, I wanted to give you the opportunity to have your say. Christine is saying, here, brilliant. Have you got any questions for me? Just pop them in the chat underneath here. I didn't actually get any questions by email, and there was none in the group. So, I kind of thought, oh, what do people want to hear? So, while I am waffling on here, you get the opportunity to ask me anything. But there was a couple of things I wanted to mention this morning. The first is I had a lovely lady join my Unstoppable Style program last week, which is my program to help personal stylists get online with their style consults. And it always surprises me that people, even though they have been a personal stylist for many years, they learn new things. And one of the things, sorry, I'm like trying to kill a mosquito here near me who keeps pinching me. I'm always surprised when I see that personal stylists haven't heard about the figure of eight body shape. Now, they may have heard about it, but maybe calling it something else, perhaps, or maybe they still categorize it as either. Sometimes I think figures of eight are categorized as an inverted triangle. Sometimes they're categorized as a rectangle, and sometimes they're categorized as an hourglass. Now, I'm a figure of eight, and I struggled with my own figure a long time before I realized that, you know, there was this category of figure of eight. And the first time I heard somebody talking about this figure eight was actually Carla Mathis, back almost 20 years ago now, when she came to Singapore and she did an AICI event there. And I was part of AICI way back then. And she talked about the figure of eight. And that was the first time I heard about the figure of eight. And it really honestly clicked for me. I got it for the first time. I understood my figure for the first time. And it made a huge difference in how I dressed, because I am not an hourglass and I am not a rectangle. And I just wanted to mention that because another lady who's a personal stylist, she joined my Unstoppable Style last week, and she realized she is a figure of eight as well. And she was blown away by this idea. And she has been, operating as a personal stylist for a number of years, but just had not kind of realized that she herself was a figure of eight. And I think it is way more common than people realize. Loads of my clients that came to me were figures of eight. And there was no specific instructions for helping them how to dress out there. So I did put a post earlier in the week in here in the group. Actually, it was yesterday. So you can go in there and there's a link to my website where you can go in and you can read more about the figure of eight. And obviously, it's a figure that I discuss a lot in my Unstoppable Style program as well. And I have specific training on that in there as well. So that's the first thing I wanted to mention. If you have any questions about the figure of eight, pop them in the chat right now. I would love to hear if you have any questions. I'm just refreshing again to make sure people are finding me. I think they are. Let me just check again. Yes, I think people are actually finding me. Good morning. Jan is here as well. Let me know if you're here live with me. I know there's a lot of very sad people from the UK and around the world this morning. I just wanted to acknowledge that. And I did that earlier in the video, so go back and see what my thoughts on that are if you're interested. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk about this morning was the fact that there is a lot of doom and gloom on social media at the moment, and lots of people are saying that people do not have money to buy. Look, people have money to buy, so I totally challenge that narrative that's going on at the moment. And my advice to you is just tune out from all that. Don't follow people who are all doom and gloom. Don't add to the doom and gloom. Stay in your own lane. Focus on the fact that you add massive value to your clients. You create value for your clients. You change their lives. And people will always want that. Actually, even more so when we're going into a depression. So I totally do not agree with the narrative that it's all doom and gloom at the moment and that's what we should be focusing on. Absolutely not. Let's keep in our own lane. Let's focus on what we can do. Let's focus on how we can improve our clients' life. Let's continue to serve. So as a result of that, I thought it was a good idea this morning to talk about how you can increase your sales fast. Because lots of people are saying, you know, I need a cash injection right now. I need money into my account. You know, August was bad. We're going into September. I feel like I need cash into my account right now. So I thought about, well, what would I do if I needed that? And I think it's really important to understand what isn't going to get fast cash into your account as well. So I thought I'd go through a few things here this morning that people think if they work in these areas that, you know, they're going to get more fast cash, they're going to get more fast sales, and I totally don't agree with it. So the first thing that I've written down here is what won't get you fast sales that'll happen today is, you know, sending people to your website. Sending people to your website, unless it's a funnel, people will get lost, they'll get confused. You have so much on there, they don't know exactly what they should buy. So while your website is fantastic as a brochure, while it is fantastic as a way of letting people know about you, you won't necessarily get the fast sale from it. So I just want you to think in terms of when you go onto somebody's website, what do? You kind of click on all the tabs, you kind of go down a rabbit hole, maybe you read one of their blogs. Think of how you operate on somebody's website. Do you immediately go and buy from their website? Probably not. As I said, unless it's kind of a sales page and you're directed directly to that sales page and you have a buy button on that page, you're probably not going to buy. So when you think of, you know, wanting somebody to buy from you more quickly, you want to direct them to a buy button at the end of the day. So that's my first tip. Don't send people to your website if you want them to buy from you immediately. So I'd love to hear your feedback on my suggestions as well. Is this something that you've thought about? Is it something that you haven't thought about? Is it something completely new to you? The second thing that I would say is not a fast win in terms of getting sales in the door is SEO and blogs. Again, unless there is some kind of a direct buy link. You know, SEO is a longer term strategy, or tweaking your website is a long-term strategy. It's not something that's going to get people to buy immediately. Number 3, offering discounts and coupons. So again, discounts are great, but again, will it get people to buy immediately? Usually not. Usually not. You know, I see loads of people giving, you know, a 10% discount for the month of, you know, September, or, you know, a 30% discount. Again, it doesn't get people to immediately buy. So I would say that that's not a great option. Increasing your social media engagement, that's questionable. Unless it's specifically, again, leading people to an offer. Are you making an offer? Is it immediate? Is it something that has a time limit on it? Is it something that people need to act on immediately? That won't, again, necessarily get you a fast sale unless you actually have a very specific offer. Using ads. Again, ads are really slow and they're really expensive. I tend to use ads to increase my audience rather than to get a quick buy. It's not really the way to get a quick buy, because people who don't know you, people who don't know you from Adam, are probably unlikely to buy from you straight away. Using an email campaign. Again, an email campaign is slow-ish. It's not the fastest way to get people to buy. Or a referral program. Again, even if somebody is referred to you, typically they take some time to get to know you. It's not a quick buy. So you're probably asking me at this stage, well, what is? Tell me what is. So my belief is that the quickest way to get a sale is to make an amazing offer. Make more offers and make an amazing offer. An offer that people can't really refuse. And when you make an offer that people can't really refuse, and there's a time limit on it, and it's urgent, and they probably won't get it again, people are more likely to buy. So I want you to think this morning, what service could you offer? And what could you add to that service to make it an amazing offer that people will want and people will want to buy? That is the fastest way to get a cash injection into your business. And oftentimes, when we have a sale, our confidence kind of soars, and then the floodgates open and we start to have more clients. Our confidence increases, our sense of, what I have is valuable increases, and we're more likely to make that sale. So I am a big proponent of make that offer, make an amazing offer so people will buy. Hey, Evelina, I hope I said your name correctly. Becky, I see your question. I will get to that in just a minute. Now, as I'm talking about offers, I want to make an amazing offer to you this morning because, as I said, I love offers. I love giving people the opportunity to buy a great offer. So I am going to make an offer to you this morning. I've written it down here. I am making an offer that you can buy either my 5 weeks to online color analysis or my Unstoppable Style, and you will get the bonus of having full access to my Savvy Stylist Success School. This has been a full year of business training in my membership. It's an amazing offer, but it's only available till Monday. Now, if you think about this is just amazing. So it is lead magnet training, it is email marketing training, it is all my best copywriting training, it is my ideal client training, it is, and so much more. It's a full year of live training with me, and that offer is only available till Monday. So if you take the Unstoppable Style program or the 5 weeks to Online Color Expert, you get that bonus program of my Savvy Stylist Success School, which took me a full year to create. If you already have the training, pop me a message if you're interested in either the 5 weeks to Online Color or the Unstoppable Style, and maybe there's something we can work out for you. And that's all. That's my offer. That's my offer to you. If that is something that interests you, let me know. That is available till Monday, and then it disappears after Monday. So my little offer training. Okay, now let me see. I want to go back to the questions. Becky, good morning. I've been looking for an image for the body shapes to use in my new material, but would like one with the figure of 8. Any ideas? Oh, great question. What you can do, Becky, is there are some you could type figure of 8 into Google and just check the copyright of the copyright, what's the word? The copyright labeling, to make sure that the one that you use is allowed to be used. I think the name of the license is CCC or something like that. But basically, you can do a search on Google, go into the images that allow you to use them, the license that allows you to use them. Let me see if I can see what exactly that is. I'm just going to go into Google right now. And I'm just going to go in here and do figure of 8. So I'm doing a search for figure of 8. I'm doing this while I'm talking to you. And then once you go into figure of 8, you can go into the images, you can go into tools, you can go into usage rights, and you can go into Creative Commons license. That's the one I would go into. And you will get some examples of figure of 8 in here. Now, I'm not coming up with anything here, actually. The other thing you can do, Becky, is if you yourself are a figure of 8, you can actually consider using your own figure without your head, for instance. I'm almost sure there are some diagrams in there in my training, Becky. So you can go in there and have a look under those. I have a whole presentation on figure of 8. If there's anything on there that you want to use, you're very welcome to use that. I hope that is helpful for you, Becky. Let me know that. We can always use our own figures. Like I'm a figure of 8. And I used to use my own figure in my training all the time. So don't be afraid to use your own figure and talk about your own figure, because people are really interested in real people. I found when I used my own figure and I talked about my own figure in my training, it got a lot more engagement. People were a lot more interested. You know, they understood more what their figure could potentially be. So don't be afraid, absolutely, to use your own figure. So is there an idea in there, Becky, that you can use? Definitely in terms of celebrities, I know that Catherine Zeta-Jones, she's definitely a figure of 8. I have heard it said that Beyonce Knowles is a figure of 8. Honestly, I'm not 100% sure she is. In some pictures, she does look like a figure of 8. In other pictures, she may, I think she's more of a pear shape, or maybe what you call it, an hourglass. But definitely, Catherine Zeta-Jones is a well-known celebrity. It's very easy to see in some of the pictures that she uses, especially in her ball gowns, that she's a figure of 8. And definitely in my training in Unstoppable Style, I have listed more celebrities in there as well. So go in and have a look at that. Becky said, thanks, not sure I'm ready to put myself out there yet. Well, my question to you, Becky, is what is stopping you? What is stopping you? In terms of putting yourself out there, really, there's no shortcuts. It gets easier. It's like when you start speaking on stage initially, you know, it's really difficult to begin with. I remember I just wanted to vomit every time I had to stand in front of people and speak. But I did it anyway, and then it got easier and easier and easier. So it might be that you start with a picture, Becky, and put that out there, or it might be that go onto my website also. You'll see me mint the pic of my body. Okay. Also, if you go onto my website, onto that article that I posted during the week, you'll see that I actually did a video and I actually pulled up my top and showed my tummy. Oh, and my tummy is the part of my body that I struggle with most. But honestly, at this point, I really don't care. If it helps somebody else be more comfortable with their body, if it helps somebody else feel better about themselves, so what? So what? Now, it took me a while to get to that place, but at this stage, I absolutely think that, you know, if you're talking about body shape, if you're talking about body color, if you're talking about body image, you really, really, really need to start getting comfortable with yourself as well. It was a journey for me. I'm sure it will be a journey for many of you. So any other questions for me this morning? Does anyone have any questions with regard to the offer that I put out there? I'm very happy to talk about that. So the offer that I put out there was if you take either my 5 weeks to Online Color Expert, which is my program to help you get your color services online, or you take my Unstoppable Style, which is my program to help you get your style consults online. You also get my full year of training, business training, which is my Savvy Stylist Success School, which I have valued at $549 as a bonus, but really it's worth a way more than that. And you get lifetime access to that. It's all already recorded in there. You can take it as quickly or as slowly as you like. It's just an amazing offer right now. And that offer is only available till Monday, and it disappears after that. So anyone have any questions about that? If you already have my 5 weeks to online color or my Unstoppable Style and you want to take the other program, drop me a message. Some of you already have, one of those programs and the Savvy Stylist Success School. Drop me a message and we can work something out for you too. I want to make it as easy as possible, that you have services that you can offer really quickly. And with both my 5 weeks to online color expert or my Unstoppable Style, you basically get a business in a box. You can offer either of those services really quickly online because there is a support group going along with both of those services where you can bring your clients and I can help you analyze them. I can answer any questions you have. You have 100% backup. So you don't need to stress about, but what if I get it wrong? Or what if they ask me something and I don't know how to answer it? I am here to help you make sure that you start getting your services out there now. Don't be afraid, or be afraid and do it anyway. Loads of times I'm afraid, but I do it anyway. Same with your offers. If you want a cash injection into your business, if you want to make more sales right now, fast, offer a color analysis, offer a style consult, and it's a one-off service, and then you can always upsell afterwards. You can make a little offer after you've done your color or after you've done your style and say, for a week, I can offer you this service at a reduced price. So I actually have that upsell training in the programs as well. So you get that as well. Now, I'm not getting any questions at all this morning. I really haven't. If you're watching this on replay and you have a question, you can also just hop the question underneath here, and I'm very, very happy to offer that as well. Right now, I am going to give you the links to the Unstoppable Style program and the 5 weeks to online color if you want to buy those. As I said, if you buy those before Monday, you also get my full year of business training, which I conducted in my membership, which is just amazing value. I probably won't put this offer out there again. It's just an amazing value. I think you caught me on a weak morning because I'm feeling so sad about the death of Queen Elizabeth II. So I thought up of this offer, believe it or not, in the bath this morning. So I'm just getting the link for the Unstoppable Style now, so you can go in there and actually see the offer. If it'll open on my computer. Usually I don't have anybody helping. I actually have a webinar. I have a webinar that you can watch about the Unstoppable Style. So actually, I maybe give you that page so you can watch the webinar and then you can buy the program. So I'm going to put that in there now. If you're not offering your color and style services online, if you're not putting your color and style services online, or if you're not offering them online, my question is why aren't you? It's just going to open up your audience. It's going to open up, your options. So if I was you, I would totally be putting them out there. So I've put the Unstoppable Style webinar up there talking about taking your color analysis services online. I'm also going to put let me just check. I'm also going to put the offer for the 5 weeks to online color expert, if I can find it. Let me just find it. 5 system. No, it's not that one. I have no one to help me, so I'm doing this myself. So I'm just getting the links myself here for you. So next I am putting the order form for the 5 weeks to online color expert. So you can go in there and buy those if you want. Let me just put that in there as well. I see your question, Christine. I'll just come to that now. Yep. So Christine said, can you keep putting out lead magnets? Absolutely, Christine. You know, if you have, if you want to put something out to an existing audience or a new audience, why not keep putting out lead magnets? I have a number of different lead magnets, Christine. I have one that's the Sacred Money Archetypes lead magnet. I have one that's like the 6-figure stylist formula training. That's for my 6-figure stylist program. I have one for my online color analysis. I have many lead magnets, Christine, and I tend to rotate through those. So you absolutely can keep putting lead magnets out there. Because no one lead magnet is going to grab everyone, honestly. No one lead magnet is going to grab everybody. So that's why I think a number of different lead magnets is a great idea. So I have that lead magnet training in my Savvy Stylist Success School, Christine. So I know you have access to that. So you can go in there and you can follow the lead magnet training and create your lead magnet for that. And as I mentioned earlier, that bonus is going along with either the 5 weeks to online color expert program or the Unstoppable Style until Monday. Okay. Christine has another question. Do you send a new one to your email list or just promote on social media? Now, it depends, Christine. So your lead magnet typically is to widen your audience. Well, at least that's what I use my lead magnet for. So I want to widen my audience, or I want to take my audience to a particular funnel or sales page. So it depends on what you're doing with your lead magnet. So if you're widening your audience, that's really to get new people onto your mailing list. If you want to get people into a particular offer, then you could promote it to your email list. So again, you have to think, who is this lead magnet for? Is it for existing clients who I want to get to a sales page, or is it for widening my audience? I want new people to join my mailing list. So you have to think in terms of who is it that you want to reach with your lead magnet. Does that answer your question, Christine? Yeah, Christine is saying makes perfect sense. Brilliant. And I do believe you have my lead magnet training, Christine. So go in there and use that to create a lead magnet that will get more clients into your world as quickly as possible. So one last chance to get a question in there, any question at all that you want to ask me. A little bit of what's going on in my life right now, to give people a chance to put a question in there if you have a question. I currently am preparing for my trip to the US. So organizing my children, they're going to stay here in France and go to school while I'm in the US. This is going to be my first real holiday with my husband, us by ourselves, for a very long time. So I will basically not be available for those 2 weeks unless you're a private client or whatever. I'm not going to be available for those 2 weeks. So My groups will be shut down and I will not be on here training for sure. And I'm just going to really enjoy my 2 weeks in the US. We're going to Miami and we're also going to Sedona to do a retreat. And in between that, I'm also going to be doing my interview with Fox TV. So I'm so looking forward to that. This is an experience I've wanted for a long time. So I'm not a big spender on brands or clothes or anything like that, but I absolutely love an experience. I love learning and I love the opportunity to try new things. So that's what's happening in my life at the moment. So it's going to be a little bit, it's going to be a little bit quieter in here until I get back. I'm toying with the idea of archiving the group, but I'll see how it goes. Christine is saying, have an amazing time, feel quite jealous. Don't be jealous, Christine. You'll get your opportunity as well. Zorka is saying, what if you don't know yet your ideal client? How do you talk to your audience? I don't know, Zorka is the answer. If you don't know who your ideal client is, just talk generally, but it's not terribly effective. Now, lots of people might argue with me about that, but honestly, I believe that your most important work is to figure out who your client is, who your ideal client is, and why you're the best person to service that client. So it's about finding out about yourself and it's about finding out who can you best serve. Honestly, that's my belief. That ideal client training is in the Savvy Stylist Success School, which you can buy separately for $549, or you can take either my 5 weeks to online color expert or my Unstoppable Style till Monday and get that program thrown in. So yeah, the problem with not knowing who your ideal client is, it's just you end up being really general on social media, and it doesn't really, you will get the odd sale here or there, but it's not really connecting with people. Whereas if you specifically know who you're talking to, it makes a huge difference. Because people know that, you know, you specialize in this area, you geek out on this area, you are, you know, the master in this area, and people are more likely to hire you. And it's way easier to show up on social media when you know exactly who your ideal client is. You're just speaking to that one person every single time you come on. So it's just way easier to talk to your ideal client when you know who they are. I mean, just last week, I was on a call with someone, last week or the week before, I can't remember which, and she was the same. She just said, look, I want to work with everyone. I don't want to narrow down. And I said, well, you know, you don't have to narrow down if you don't want, but how do you market to everyone? So you talk generally about color, you talk generally about style, along with the thousands of other personal stylists out there. It's very hard to create an impact or become known as the expert in your area if you talk generally about image consulting, everything, if you want to provide everything to everyone. So what I would suggest, Zorka, is find out why. Why don't you want to choose an ideal client? A lot of people don't want to choose an ideal client because they're afraid that, you know, it'll be boring if they just have one client. Lots of people are afraid that, you know, they'll get even less clients if they just target one client in particular. That has not been my experience. That has not been the experience of my clients. So I am a big proponent of, you know, identify who your ideal client is, identify who exactly you want to work with, and who you're ideally suited to work about. Zorka said, thank you. I understand that you can't talk to everyone because I'm feeling I'm losing myself. Exactly, Zorka. You know, it's like, you know, standing in a massive, huge stadium and just shouting to try and get someone's attention. Instead of specifically calling people out and saying, you know, I specifically want to help you. So I hope my session this morning has been helpful to you. Thank you so much to anyone who joined me live and asked a question. I really, really, really hope it was helpful for you. If anything I've said this morning resonates with you, let me know. Hashtag replay if you're watching this on replay. And if you want the offer, either the online color, the unstoppable style, let me know and I will take it from there. Thanks everyone for your attention this morning. Take care and have a brilliant weekend ahead.